Taking a look at recent MSU offeree Tarris, a 6'9", 220-pound power forward hailing from St. Louis, Missouri, plays for the well-known Chaminade High School of notable alumni, including both Bradley Beal and Jason Tatum. A little bit of an under-the-radar guy. He's a top 80 prospect for the class of 22 and 24/7's composite. His offer sheet includes Creighton, Nebraska, Missouri, St. Louis, and now MSU. He's a guy that has gotten some interest from both Purdue and Kansas as well. He went to an unofficial visit to see Kansas, and somebody who I think would have blown up had we had an AAU season. He's a guy that's continuing to work on his body and his overall game, but the foundation that is there would really complement what MSU already has in the program in terms of bigs. I typically start big men evaluations on the low block, but what sets Tarris apart and what I really like about his game is his face-up ability. A guy who's really comfortable stretching the floor out from deep, as you can see here. A guy that kind of can step into a jump shot comfortably on the square up, and all around a dangerous weapon to have in both the pick and pop game as well as an option in the catch and shoot. As you can see here, he also has a little bit of that in the mid-range where he can kind of just comfortably turn. It's a confident-looking jumper if he's given the space that he can pull the trigger. And now you see a little bit more of the advanced footwork that he has here, the capabilities of spinning and going either way and comfortably pulling up into the jumper. Just not a skill set that a ton of big men, particularly at his age and his size, have. His ability to stretch the floor is then complemented with an extremely strong low post game. As you can see here, he has such a wide base, a great stance, calling for the ball, warding the guy with his off arm, then going up to get it. The help side defender comes over. He doesn't panic, keeps the ball up, able to square up his body and finish through the contact on two guys. I really like the complement of skills he has. A nice little setup move here, going over the right shoulder with the baby left hook. Then on the opposite block, spinning back to the left shoulder over it with the right hook. He's a guy that has a complement of different moves. Now you see him enter into the lane, again, a wide base, turning as the ball comes to him to set up the man and finishing with the left hand. He's an extremely physical and patient player on the low block. You see him here playing a little bully ball when he gets smaller guys into the lane. He's a guy that has a nice complement of footwork and great body control to finish a lot of it. And I really like his ability to post guys up on the top side. When he sees a mismatch, he can ward a guy off, just give him a little bounce, create space, and have a wide open lane on the bottom to finish with either hand. He also has a nice knack for slipping into open space and finishing in traffic. He's a guy that maybe I wouldn't call overly athletic, but he can finish above the rim. He's a guy, in my opinion, that as he continues to develop his body, gets stronger, cuts off some of the baby fat, that a layer of athleticism that maybe he hasn't quite shown to this point can get unleashed. A lot of his finishes are below the rim, but I think that there is a layer there that he can still unveil. And now we see his ability to pass from the post. He's a guy that is going to get double teamed quite frequently, particularly as he's an efficient scorer around the rim. When that occurs, he really delivers nice one-handed pocket passes into the hands of the shooter to get open looks. MSU hasn't really had a true low block option that can comfortably pass from the post. And in the last few years, it would be really nice to complement what MSU does with a guy who has good vision from the block. Borrowing a line from Mel Tucker, Tarris is absolutely relentless on the offensive glass. He's a guy, as you can see here, that's capable of catching in traffic, shedding off some bodies, and finishing through contact. It's one of my favorite things about him. He constantly finds himself in the right position, which is no coincidence. He gathers the rebound and is then capable of finishing through the contact in the paint. He's a guy that just has really natural rebounding instincts and a guy that constantly attacks the rim and the glass when he finds the opportunity to do so. While Reed has room to grow on the defensive end, I like at least what I see at this point in stage. I think that he's a guy that's going to be capable of playing the pick and roll on the perimeter. He's a guy that with his length can give you a little bit of rim protection. Is he going to be an overall plus defender the moment he steps on the college floor? Probably not. But is he a guy that's going to hurt you? I don't think so. And what I really like about him is his anticipation and his hands on the perimeter. He's a guy that has some guard guard-like skills, the ability to put the ball on the deck. And if he can continue to refine those, he'll go from a very intriguing prospect to somebody that is almost a must-have. You can see in this scene, he gets the steal, sizes up two defenders, spins through them, and finishes. That's just such advanced footwork, the ability to be able to put it on the deck from the perimeter. Here you see him come through the lane almost like a running back and finish. If he's capable of consistently improving in this area and getting to the rim, he's going to be a top 50 guy.